Alrighty. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. Yes. Looks at the English teacher. Yeah, I noticed it too, nerd boy. Somebody was not paying attention with the editing here, but not the worst. Not the worst mistake. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie. Wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard if you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't... He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I've ever have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I am so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite all right. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think it gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? Daddy Taylor is now a Slayer, confirmed. Buffy theme, please. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, the shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look at Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Dondra D, enjoy your rest. It is lovely to have you joining us today. I hope that you sleep well and enjoy your time away from Mountain Shade Village. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Woof. Oh, it's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I have ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see... Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out on this lovely night? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids.
Oh.
Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Blue Kate, hello, friend. How you doing today? Welcome back in. You literally knew about Betsy Taylor. I know, right? I was thinking, like, what do you mean you didn't know he had a dog? We 100% knew he had a dog. What the heck? Very rude. But yes, apparently we're hunting cryptids. This is the right stream for it. You know, this is the right stream for it.
Oh.
Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice, too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Taylor, if you'd allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow! Thank you! I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze into this. I'm gonna wave this as passing ships. Oh no! So, the choice we want here is, I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. He is so precious, isn't he? Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you! But, as it turns out, Damien is scared. Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Hello, Spicy Biscuits. What are we doing today? How are you? I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see you back in Mountain Shade Village. Nice save, Taylor. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure that you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will you? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. I love their relationship. It's so good. Date complete! So many dad points.
My dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so, ultimately, you've won.
These voiced lines at the end of the dates are so cute! I can't! Ah, it's so adorable. Oh my gosh. It is so precious. Yes, I am out of snacks, sadly. However, Apollo Vera was very generous and got me some Taco Bell to enjoy from Treat Stream, so I'm very thankful for that. To know that there is a bad ending with Amanda breaks my heart. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that there is a bad ending with everybody is just kind of... I only want a good ending. I only want a good ending. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I tune off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. I'll pass her room. I can hear a faint sound, but I can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of the bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen, or leave her alone? What do you think is going to be the better option here? I want to be inquisitive, but I also want to, like, respect her boundaries and stuff too, so it's difficult. I'll just save my points for them squats. Well, you missed the story earlier today, Spicy Biscuits, but sadly, there are no squats today. Because yesterday, when I was going and getting my groceries, this was a whole long story that I told earlier in stream, but when I was coming back to get my groceries, because I walked to the grocery store, my back started seizing up, and it's still kind of angy today. So, no squats today, but they will be back soon when my back feels a little bit better. Ask her? Okay. Alrighty. We will ask her. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened. Leave her alone. Let's try pressing the issue again. Something must have happened. Amanda. Get out! Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, and when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes the still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh. Okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. Feel so bad for Amanda here. Is she, like, dating somebody? Is that what's going on? Like, this feels like the like, I'm not ready to talk to my dad about something. In that, like, she's dating somebody or she's crushing on somebody and she can't have a relationship with them. Because that's the impression that I get. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on the wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Heck yeah, I enjoy seeing people talk about things that they like. So do I, Blue. So do I. And it's nice, like, in comparison to my old setup in the old place before I moved to Chicago, it's nice to be able to actually get to the stuff that's part of my backdrop and be able to show it off for you guys. Because in the old place, and you can kind of see this in my raid trailer, there's a bunch of the older clips from the place in Florida. Like, everything that was on my back wall was, like, also over my bed, so I couldn't get to it easily. It was very difficult to, like, take anything down. So it's nice to be able to share those things now, have them a little closer at hand. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. When she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages, and I wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream, and it was like nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy.
Oh.
Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting has set by now. Ta-da! Dad. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over. And the cake reads, "Sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%.
Ah.
This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big old hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh, no.
I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R. is going to the fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. The one who puked in Dead Gotham Beyond? The best friend? The other one? Oh, shoot. I forget. It's the best friend? Okay. The best friend? You got it. Wow. Proud of you. Anyways, ever since she got to the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. And I just thought it was all in my head for a while. And then I found out from Rosie M. that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night that they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes.
Oh.
So, another important information is, God, this is going to be embarrassing. Have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing. I called it! She has a crush on somebody. She's not telling her dad. What? Whoa. I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Yeah, crush plus backstabby friends is an upset teen. It's true. It sucks, though. It sucks to be told that, oh no, we can't do anything because we're studying, and it turns out they went to a party without you. That's a sucky thing. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R., and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to go get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just go eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips, and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I go to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P., Emma R., and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better! I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R., which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R. just like glares at me. Grace. Nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the boring one? The gossipy one? Did she poop the bed too? The boring one? I have a feeling that it was the boring one. I don't remember. I took a bigger bite than I meant to, and now I'm regretting my choices. Apparently, I'm very hungry. It's like it's lunchtime or something. Alright, we're gonna do the consequences. The consequences of my hubris. Alright, we're gonna do the boring one. Well, yeah, but that's not the important part. Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, and I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, I might add, which only further contributed to my shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat, asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R., asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and... Sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? I'm a little confused, but I think I understand. I have no idea what's happening. What did Emma R. say? I think what did Emma R. say shows that we're, like, listening and paying attention, right? So let's try that one. Ooh, okay, get a load of this. Emma R. says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, I do not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, and I'm trying my hardest to be supportive.
Oh no.
They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's been a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then... Wait. Left me on red? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are little red receipts. Don't even know what's being said, but cannot believe it at all. Yes. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So, while all this is happening, I'm talking to Emma P. about how mad I am, because she's at least being kind of reasonable. I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P. sent screenshots of everything I told her in the group chat that I got kicked out of. All right, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I am so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected, I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. It's kind of dumb, it's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Not all friendships last forever. Real friends don't do that. High school sucks. I mean, I feel like all of these are correct. All of these feel accurate. High school sucks. Yeah. I didn't have much trouble in high school, but I also didn't spend a lot of time with my peers. Which kind of leads me to believe that that's the key. So, let's go with real friends don't do that. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself. I wish I had learned it sooner. If another person isn't putting the effort into showing you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours. Because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake? Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops? Yes? Thank you. You are always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Dad tip 26. Exercise regularly and you'll stay healthy.
Dad,